Now we're going to share a little bit more about family partnerships, both in your application and what that will look like in a family partnership notebook. So first, within the application, you will be clicking into a link that says Family Partnerships Worksheet. As you go through, this is really a way for you just to make sure that you have all the elements you need and that you're going to be maximizing your points. So as you go through and check what you have, it's very, very important for you then to match that in your notebook so that the graders can see that you in fact are doing this work. So for example, on the written information, we're going to show you Rachel Bygraves, and she has in there an initial enrollment packet, a copy of parent handbook from her school, and she has a program philosophy, and if anybody needs a copy of program philosophy, please ask your early education coordinator and we'll provide you that copy as you work on your application. She's also included from the ECE handbook the policies and procedures. So you can see that because she has all of these things in here, she's got an estimated 2 points in this area. As we go down, we also have some documentation that Rachel is providing workshops. She shows the flyers and brochures that she uses to give out to parents. And then I also know, just from being at Rachel's classroom, that she has a parent library in the hallway right outside of her classroom where she has books and video and audio tapes. So pretty complete at her program, and an estimated 2 points. And then that also folds down into providing information activities to families to extend learning experiences at home. She's provided a lot of different activities, flyers, handouts, and workshops for programs that are offered in her neighborhood, as well as then the books and videos that she has in her lending library. And she may, because she's in Northwest Denver, also have information on the Northwest Denver Toy Lending Library as well, or have something she gives out to her families. And then finally, not finally, but underneath there, there's more on community resources. So you can see that she's providing info about cultural events, community fairs, it looks like, story hour, adult education, and she's using many different methods. She's using brochures and flyers. I know she has a bulletin board outside her classroom, and she's also included in this notebook a calendar of events that are available. Then you need to think about the number of opportunities you give your staff and families to get to know one another. So under parent meetings, you can include times when you're taking time for conferences. You can also include after-school educational workshops. So if your school does literacy night, math night, things like that, that would be included in your total. But again, provide the documentation that shows that's what you are offering at your school. For social gatherings, a lot of people will have, an ice cream social or a spring picnic. All of that will count. And we always do really well in this. Everybody does a lot of great family work in our classrooms. Here is what kind of information parents are receiving. So written reports, that would definitely be your 3 times a year gold checkpoint information. So there would be a 3 automatically right there. But then I know that all of you are also doing great work with notes to parents. You may be doing 2 conferences a year for your principal, or you may actually do more than that. We know that a lot of people spend tons of time in very close contact with parents in our program, and there's a lot of people who are also doing home visits. This is one where we get a lot of questions. How are family members included? So, and you would have to provide some documentation on that too, that you do invite parents to meetings and conferences. And usually this is one that you can get documentation from your principal at the school level about how parents are invited to CSE, Collaborative School Committee, and interview process, things like that. And finally down here, are families asked to evaluate the program annually in addition to the Qualistar family? So the answer really is yes, because within our district we have a system where families and parents are polled for the SPF ratings to see how their perception of teachers in the school is. So we get points there automatically. and then this really is the last one, it's important to provide a timeline or calendar that shows what your plan is for providing those family partnerships throughout the year. So the goals can be very briefly stated, but then the description of what's happening, and you can do it as a timeline or a calendar. Again, if you have any questions on this before submitting it, feel free to talk to an early education coordinator. How's that lag time at the end? But should we just say that one? Or would you?
I think he did really well on that. Okay. I think that was really good.
Okay, let's go with it then. Yeah, and this was called.
Yay!
Good job.
Jump drive. And I just uploaded it from the jump drive. So, when you guys have time, if we can add descriptions to it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and maybe we can even say them in the order that we're thinking.
Definitely.
Okay. Okay, so let's say this one it was called Family Partnerships,
Yes.
right? And it was called Family Partnership Worksheet. Let me just make sure it's how it's titled up here. Yes, Family Partnerships Worksheet. Okay, so that